Peace, Infinite Waters, diving deep once again. We are out here in nature. We got the beautiful birds everywhere. Just, woo, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Much love to you beautiful deep divers. Intuition, how intuitive are you? I got a question that came in. How do we know, Ralph, if it's our intuition speaking or we're just tripping? How to recognize your intuition is speaking? Now that's a great question. Does it ever occur to you that sometimes you are so right you don't even know it, and sometimes you're tripping? And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? Let me share with you what's helped me along my journey. Intuition comes from a Latin word, the Latin word intuere, which means to observe, to notice. So what helped me along my journey was to realize that, look, if I notice something out of the ordinary, odd socks again, don't worry about it, then I realize my intuition is working. Sometimes we just meet someone and we feel something out of the ordinary. It's when you have this heightened awareness that something just feels off. What is it, Ralph? Nobody knows. But you're starting to notice that, hey, this is not how it should be. How should it be then? I don't know, but it shouldn't be like this. We have another brain. Scientists, neuroscientists are now realizing we have a second brain in our gut. Okay, and this second brain in your gut is your intuition, basically. It's got over 100 million brain cells. That is more brain cells than in a head of a cat. I actually think the cat down the road has more brain cells than that, but that's another story. So the gut feeling is everything to know if your intuition is speaking. Ever been around someone and had a gut feeling about their vibes before they even open their mouth? And then you're like, oh my gosh, I just knew it. But how did I know it? Your gut knew it. Slow motion this side. Our heart knew it. Our heart is also more electromagnetically powerful than our brain. 5,000 times more powerful. So I started to realize you got to trust your gut feelings, you got to trust your heart feelings, and you got to realize this, that if you are getting repeated thoughts and feelings about something, like I'll give you an example of when I started to trust my intuition. So I just graduated and my mom was like, go and work in a bank, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. The pay was pretty good, but I'm like, I don't want to do that. I just want to be in nature every single day, live the good life, be surrounded by the birds and the bees. But then I was like, maybe she's got a point. Then I was getting these repeated thoughts and these feelings that, nah, I'll pass on that because I'm a deep diver. Like, every day I need to be around beautiful scenery. I'm in nature every single day. And that's why I'm really happy most of the time. Okay, so I just knew that wasn't for me. I didn't want to be bogged down in a dead-end job. I wanted to live a free life and be as free as possible. So my intuition was speaking to me, and I'm like, I'm gonna listen to it. And dun 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 dun, look where I find myself, butt naked in nature. What I've realized is this, that 7-day vegan challenge, by the way, how's it going? a lot of people sending me a lot of stuff on Snapchat, making me very hungry indeed. I've learned this, that has someone ever put a piece of fruit right in front of you that you've never seen before, and they're like, try this, and you're like, no thanks, okay? And sometimes you're like, I'll try it anyway, because you have that intuition that you're getting good food, you're getting good food, you're getting good vibes from the foods, right? So it's what I call good vibes food and bad vibes food. Like sometimes I might crave some kind of vegan junk food, but then I kind of get bad vibes from it. Like it hasn't been really prepared with a lot of love. And I've been eating a lot of dried mangoes recently, sun-dried mangoes, and I get great vibes from it because it just tastes so delicious, full of vitamin A. I get good vibes when I eat a lot of acai. Been to Brazil a lot of times, and I'm going back to Brazil for some beautiful acai. All right, so I realized that I love always feeling the vibes of certain foods, and you can really know from your intuition, smell the food, your aroma. Like I always used to smell food when I was really young. What's that? This is not for me. Like watermelons, I don't actually like watermelons. I love the smell of watermelons, but something about them, I just can't eat it a lot. But I love strawberries. You see, I'm like that. You got to trust your intuition. You got to follow it. And that even comes down to what you have on your plate. Like I get bad vibes if I see like a dead animal on my plate. Like take that out of my sight right now. Take it out of my sight. Plant-based 100%, baby. Now, how to recognize your intuition is speaking. What's helped me along my journey is to realize this, that if you are sober, then you got a better chance of your intuition being correct, being right for you. Because if you're really drunk, okay, hungover, chances are you're just tripping. That's definitely not your intuition. Okay, and a lot of people, they don't even drink, but they're still drunk. They are desensitized. When you are desensitized out of your true authenticity, it's very hard to tell if that's really your intuition speaking. Like sometimes if I react when I'm kind of stressed or in a bad mood, then I realize I'm not really so connected to my intuition. A lot of us, we are running around like headless chickens on the planet in a hurry to get nowhere fast. Now, I know my intuition is speaking if I'm in a very meditative state. I've made so many videos in nature that I create a lot of calm in my life. So when I am meditating and I get intuitive thoughts, I kind of realize they're pretty on the spot, okay? Only because I'm in a natural environment. But when I was in the rat race, rushing around in the hustle and bustle, I realized that I didn't even know who was speaking. It's like I wasn't even myself. A lot of us, we have been hijacked. We don't even know who we are. Slow motion this side. We don't even know if that's us talking or if it's our actual ego. Our intuition, our intuition is coming from our gut. The second brain is coming from our heart, which is also another brain. It's coming from our brain as well. And that can only really get to us when we are in a balanced state mentally and emotionally. Now, ask yourself this. Do you get that feeling about something, a situation, a person? Now, how I started to discover if this was my intuition speaking was if I was coming from a very neutral place. Let's face it, a lot of us, we got a lot of biases, right? So a lot of people say, Ralph, I say, yes. They're like, I feel everybody is out to get me. They've got a lot of paranoia. I'm the total opposite. I feel the whole universe is working on my behalf. That's why this channel is growing and growing, and I'm inspiring millions of people. Life is fantastic. Because I always have had a belief in my mind that nobody's against me. I'm not a victim of circumstance. I am a co-creator of my reality. So therefore, I don't believe people are out to get me. I believe people are working for me. I believe, and I know, because I've met so many beautiful deep divers, that this is a beautiful place of sharing. Nobody is better than anybody else. So when it comes to intuition, when you come from a very neutral place and say, actually, this person's not out to get me, let me feel, let me tap into the field around me and trust my senses. Trust the energy. The energy never lies. Slow motion this side. Can I get a hello? The energy never lies. So I started to realize you got to be very neutral to really see if it's your intuition speaking. Because if you have a lot of biases, then once again, you are basically speaking on behalf of your intuition. You're like, this person doesn't like me. They're out to get me. My boss doesn't like me at work. This situation is terrible because I said it was before I even found out it was terrible, okay? So you gotta always be very careful. Is it my ego or is it my heart space? Is it my true second brain, which is my gut? Now, premonitions are a fantastic way to really see if it's your intuition speaking. Once again, intuition emanates from the Latin to notice. Premonitions are what I call daydreams of events about to happen. Clairvoyance, you can now see what is about to happen. Your third eye is buzzing right now. Zzz, that's great, right? So oftentimes I have a lot of premonitions. Sometimes I'm just walking around and I get this premonition that something is about to happen. Then a load of grapes fall right into my mouth. Then I start getting really excited and things like that. So trust your premonitions. Sometimes you're just walking and then you get a thought from nowhere come into your mind because you're once again in a very neutral state. Trust that. I've started to realize as well, dreams, you can also learn a lot from dreams. I did a video on dream symbols. I'll do another one soon. And I learn a lot from dreams because sometimes I have really weird dreams. Like, do you have crazy dreams as well? But sometimes what I dream actually ends up happening in real life. And my dreams are like a form of communication to me. They are my intuition talking to me, saying, watch out for this person, or marry that person, or this situation is going to be so good for you. So realize that dreams have encoded messages for you. And dreams are also reflections of the life we live. They are deeply symbolic. What's helped me is to also realize that your intuition is speaking to you. Your intuition is speaking to you if you realize that there are no accidents or coincidences in this universe. Everything is happening in divine order. And I started to realize this, that look, there are no coincidences, there are no accidents. And if you start to realize, okay, it's all starting to make sense. You're starting to connect the dots and say, whoa, that, like, what are the chances? What are the chances of that happening? And it does happen. Once again, that is your intuition speaking to you, because intuition speaks to you through patterns. Let me repeat that. Intuition speaks to you through patterns. Now, this is probably one of my favorite ways to really see if it's my intuition speaking or I'm just tripping. Now, get what I call an intuition diary. Now, what you're gonna do, and this is what I do sometimes, is like, or you can even make a mental note of it. That's what I do as well. Now, write down every time you are right about something. Write down every time you are right about something and your intuition has served you, it's proved out to be so true. Now write down what you were feeling before you found out it was true. So your intuition diary would be like, I was thinking this person had great vibes, and then you write, when you meet them, they did have great vibes, and I was feeling, I got like 50 butterflies in my stomach. So that's a sign my intuition is working. So the more you repeat that, you got a record of how you feel every time your intuition has proven to be right. Slow motion this side. And the beauty of having an intuition diary is that sometimes you can also write every time you've been wrong when you felt your intuition was right. And it's going to be like this. I don't trust this person. I don't trust them. The whole world's against me. This situation is going to get so worse. And then you find out you just win the lottery and you're like, I was so wrong. Or you find out that this person is so cool and so amazing. And then you're like, the feeling I got was because I was so in my ego, maybe I was a little bit stressed. And you're going to find out every time your intuition has been wrong based on how you are feeling. And also every time your intuition has been right based on how you're feeling. And that's what I call, baby, the intuition diary, to really see if your intuition is speaking to you. Or you're having a laugh. And then you just say, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? There are no accidents or coincidences in this universe. Everything is happening in divine order. Let's just, woo, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. We are here. Have a beautiful day. Infinite waters. Diving deep once again. Stay well. Stay healthy. Peace. You.